Welcome to Comfort Island number 2. I'm your host, Ecko Pt2, and this is part 2 about these choices that I made a video earlier. Clearly, this light's not bright enough for y'all to see me. Okay. I don't want the lights too bright because I have a friend over there, and I don't want her to be afraid. Okay? So, we'll keep it low level. But like there. Alright, so I want to talk about some of the acting choices made. Or in my case, not made. No. I'm at the low level light. Alright. This is so that you guys can understand. Alright, look. I had my hopes and dreams set, and I put my eggs all in one basket with an actor who promised us Hollywood East here in Virginia. His studio was going to be in Petersburg. Hell, his studio was in Petersburg. It is Millennium Studios. Millennium Studios had one flaw and one flaw only. They could not keep their promise of Hollywood East. Now, had they actually hired actors who wanted to work and opened up doors like they promised, this would be a whole different conversation. This would be a completely different conversation. And I state this to all actors who are working or struggling like me to get noticed and to be noticed and to get acting work. First, don't give up. And second, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm not completely banking on Disney, but if Disney actually gives me a job, I would be grateful. I'm not banking on Hasbro, but if they're gonna get Power Rangers and stuff, I'm ready to go. I do Kung Fu. I don't have to be a ranger, but you can model the toy after me. You can let me make some of the martial art adjustments. Let me teach the people who are going to be doing the martial arts. Okay, there's a deer. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just trying to film so you can continue to eat the watermelon that I threw out. Okay? Okay. Okay. Red light. Anyway, here's the thing, man. When you have an opportunity and you're getting into this business as an actor, I've had little to no opportunities. I've had little to no success. And I'm going to give you a story. It's a little story about two university gentlemen who gave me the opportunity of a lifetime. And this is way after Millennium, but the movie never got made. Alright? I don't remember their names, and shout out to those two young men. The night before is where everything began. Alright? So, I went to the Highline Pavilion in Lynchburg. And I still was trying to get into Millennium, even though I got rejected quite a few times, and they don't do kung fu movies or scary movies, and we'll get back into that. What's important is that I went to the Highline Pavilion. I'm a big-time Rey Mysterio fan, and I went to the University Clemens Library for an interview. My boy Bruce Johnson hooked me up with the interview. He's like, hey, we got some guys trying to find a guy who can do some wrestling and make a movie. Can you do the 619? And I'm thinking to myself, 619? Rey Mysterio? Where I can spin through the bar? Fuck yeah, I can do the 619. And yes, I could do the 619 at the time because I was still in my late 30s, you know, maybe middle 30s, early 30s. I was in my 30s. So I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. And so it's like, you're going to play the bad guy. One of the guys was going to be a star, and I'm supposed to beat him up. That was my only role. And it's like, we can't pay you. I said, I ain't in this for the money, man. I just want to be able to do the 619, and I want to be able to just be the bad guy, because I'm always playing the good guy in my shit. So let me play the bad guy. I can play the bad guy. I can do the bad guy. I get to do all the things. I say, I'm not gonna have any scripts or anything I gotta follow. He said, well, technically, we're gonna improv the dialogue. Boom! Right down my alley. Because every movie I make, I improv the dialogue. Because sometimes dialogue on paper doesn't transfer out of the actor's mouth. Sometimes you just can't deliver a line the way it's written. Like, for instance, two men are fighting and I'm getting beat up. And the bad guy looks down and says, because I'm short, hey man, you ain't had enough yet? Did you not learn this in your school of martial arts? Your arms are too short to box with a god. And I'm all beat up, busted up and stuff. And then I'll look up at him and say, then I'll use my fucking legs. And so then I'll use my legs and commence to beat the shit out of the guy who was beating the shit out of me. And then the movie will be over and everybody would be fucking happy. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, and all that. However, back to the story. These young gentlemen had fallen out. No one told me the movie wasn't going to get made. Now, I'll mind you that every chance I got, wherever there was 2 bars that I could squeeze my skinny little ass in before this gut happened, I would practice doing the 619. Like if there was like a set of steps going downhill, I'd 619 that bitch. Whenever I seen, and nobody was around. Of course I'm not going to do it while people are around because I don't want people to see what I'm doing. So I do the 619. That's 619. That's 619. I'm 619 for about 4 or 5 months, yo. Hurt my ribs a little bit because some places I wasn't as small as I thought I was. And I go in and I scrape a rib on the bar. You know, I do it again and then I scrape the bottom rib and I do it again until I can get almost through there without getting scraped. And then I realize, okay, I'm not as small as I thought. So, you know, I'm 619 and I'm doing all the things I think I can do. And I'm ready. I'm ready. I've been practicing. I'm not worried about dialogue. I'm only worried about the fight choreographing and the 619 because I was ready for this fucking role. The 2 guys had a falling out because of one of the guys' girlfriends just being a hoe bag or being some slut puppy or whatever the fuck the problem was. She caused a rift between the 2 dudes. And I happened to bump into the guy who was supposed to be the actor, who also was the producer, who, I'm sorry, I'm looking to see where that deer's at. You know, I'm trying to get all this stuff, and I'm like, dude, I'm ready to go. I am ready to go. Oh, didn't they tell you? I was like, didn't they tell me what? The movie's scrapped. I said, what do you mean the movie's scrapped? I've been waiting for this. I'm finally going to do some acting that's not mine. I get to cut loose, get direction from someone other than myself, and I get to do the 619. So I've been practicing this shit for like weeks, dude. I am ready to go. I've been practicing for weeks, months. I am ready to rock and roll. And he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, man. Me and such, whatever the guys' names were, I can't remember. But they had a falling out. There was no movie. There was no 619. I don't think I can do 619 at 52 now. But, you know, just know that I was practicing the fuck out of that 619. And I was ready to go. Because the finishing move, I was supposed to beat the guy up and finish him off with the 619. And I was excited. Because I just knew I'm going to be using the 619. I'm going to be using my idol, Rey Mysterio's move, in a fucking fight, in a fucking film that I'm not starring in. It's just a cameo. Yay, no pressure. You know, no pressure. I don't have to worry about wearing the director's hat, the fight choreographer's hat, the story writer. I don't have to worry about any of that shit. I just got to show up, do what they tell me, say what little line they give me to say, and I'm done. I can go home. Clap, clap. No check, but clap, clap. I'm going to be in a fucking film. Yes! And it never happened. It never fucking happened. So what's the lesson behind this story? Take the opportunities. When you got people that's backing you and they're ready to go forward with whatever project, take the fucking project and go. Yeah, granted, when you're first starting off in this business, you're not going to get a lot of work. And I'm still in this business and I haven't gotten a lot of work. And that work was a freebie, but it was going to be awesome because it was right down my alley. I didn't have any lines really. I just had to do a 619, kick a guy in the face, and call it a day. I don't know why I'm doing a 619 or kicking a guy in the face. I didn't care because the pressure of writing a movie, directing a movie, starring in a movie, fight choreographing, making sure everybody's safe, make sure everybody has food, make sure everybody has something to drink with that food, the 555 pizza deal with the Sprite, it was getting expensive. And I didn't have to do any of that thing. Just show the fuck up. 619, 619, 619. Boom. Probably gonna have to take and maybe film that scene about 5 or 6 times. Cool. I can do that because acting makes me as happy as ever going to get for me is when I'm in front of a camera. So I'm not in this movie for the love of the money. If the money comes, great. But I would much rather just be making a movie and giving you guys some quality work versus I'm getting a check. Fuck a check. I'll work for free as long as my ass gets famous and I get a little bit of fortune on the side, just enough to buy my own house and pay taxes so that I can keep and maintain the shit. No, that's it. I am a simple person, y'all. I am a very simple person. I am not greedy. I would love to help people. If I had Ellen DeGeneres money, I'd be straight for life. No, I'd have my own movie company. I'd be just chopping at the bit for every little thing. It's like, you want to make this? You want to make this? You want to make? Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. No problem. When is this schedule? When is this schedule? Let's get going. Because I would have people backing me. Now back to the Millennium thing. I was in my 20s. There were commercials all over CBS before it became CBS 19, when it was CBS Channel 6, when we were getting it out of Richmond, before Charlottesville got its own CBS station. I did a couple of commercials for Creed Deeds. I'm sure he doesn't remember me. I did a couple of other commercials for other, like, politicians or whatever. I'm sure they don't remember me. I didn't get paid for them, and that's okay because I actually got to be in the commercials. And my dad is the only one that saw them because we filmed them in Richmond. And I didn't swing by my dad's the day we filmed them, but I went to Richmond. We filmed at a hospital, and that was it. And so one night, I'm at home, and I don't know what the hell I did before I got home, but my dad called me. And he goes, "Hey, Jimmy," because his name is James too. And I was like, "Yeah, what's up, Dad?" He's like, "Did you make a commercial?" And for a minute, it didn't register. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" "I swear I seen you in a commercial with a black dude that was a doctor, and Creed Deeds and them was in it." I said, "Oh yeah, I did that like weeks ago." He's like, "You was in Richmond and you ain't come see me?" I said, "Dad, I wasn't the driver, And by the time I did go see him, I forgot I made the goddamn thing. I just in and out, Totally forgot that I made the fucking thing until he happened to see it and pointed it out. I wish I could find the commercial. I'll probably never find the commercial. But it's just wherever the hell we were shooting at. I think it was like at the bottom of a hospital. I don't know where the fuck we were shooting at. But I know me and my boy Brandon's big brother was in the commercial, and he had the doctor suit on, and I don't remember what the fuck I was wearing. But I do know that my dad called me when the commercial aired and said, we got a commercial with you in it. It's aired at least 3 times. And I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "Well, did you get paid for that?" I was like, "Hell no, I didn't get paid." "Did the commercial air? Did I look good?" He's like, "Yeah, that's why I called. When the hell did you make a commercial?" I was like, I don't even remember when we made it. I know we made it. I know I was in it. I think we filmed at a hospital. But as far as everything else, I got dragged into it, and I love being in front of the camera. So if I'm ever given the opportunity, if anybody starts knocking on my door and say, "Hey man, we want to make movies. We got the money. We got a studio set up. When can we get started? And my direct answer is, we can start tomorrow. Where are we at? It's like, well, the studio is going to be built right smack dead in the middle of Virginia. You mean in Charlottesville? Yeah. What's the subject matter? We're making movies, TV show, talk show. What are we doing? Well, we're making movies. And we want you to be in at least one of them. Where I sign. What's the red catch or the red tape? What's it involved? Is it a TV show or it's just like a side movie for like I film 2 days and you only have 10 minutes of me on the film? You know, those things also happen. You could be in the movie for like 2 minutes, but you spent 10 days working on a film. It does happen. You might not know that, but it does happen. So, I mean, because when the commercial aired, I never saw it. It never came on in Charlottesville. But apparently it came on in Richmond because my dad called me and asked me about it. Now, God rest his soul because he's been gone for 10 years. But I didn't think nothing else about it. You know, it's like, oh, I made a commercial for Creedies. What the fuck? You know, I didn't think anything else about it. And it never dawned on me that the bitch would air. Because the vibe there was so bad that I was like, okay. It's probably not going to air. He's probably going to cut around me, and you know, it's not like I'm not in it, but you know, I'm right next to the guy that was supposedly getting the starring role, even though he wasn't even trying to be an actor. So it's like, all right, well, we're going to go in there, and basically all we had to do was say watermelon and cantaloupe. The camera doesn't pick up our audio; it just picks up our lips moving, and then it goes to Creedies, and he's talking about whatever the hell he was doing when he was running for whatever the fuck he was running for. So again, opportunities. If someone has an opportunity for you, you should probably take it. I've been in this business for 30 fucking years with no work whatsoever other than what I put here on YouTube and what is also like 30 years old. You know, everything that I just put up. Path of Ascension, Fallen Dragons, Dragon's Breath, A Clone of Ferris, the newest thing that I put up. The last film that I've done was my Scarlet Spider fan film. And at the end of that, I get to be Miguel O'Hara. And, you know, that being said, you know, I don't want to just do those. I want to do real fucking movies. I'm 52. And no one's ever given me a chance other than the guy that wanted me to do the 619 before that movie went belly up. So understand, if you have the resources and you got people backing your ass up, you need to jump. And you need to take that jump and you take that flying fucking leap and you do what you need to do. And you get that shit done. Because if you give away this opportunity that can change your life, you'll have nobody else to blame but you. Earlier today I made the statement, so I'm going to remake the statement. If Marvel called me tomorrow, my nephew and I was arguing in the car. Well, let me rephrase. I was arguing with my nephew because I'm 52 years old and my nephews tend to throw away every opportunity that is given to them. I mean, it's literally placed in your lap. If an opportunity is placed in your lap, you take it. Because you throw it away, you'll never get another opportunity. Ever. That shit can be gone. And so I was telling my nephew about how, you know, if his mom and his aunts would have waited and gave me time to pursue my career, this whole family dynamic would be different. We wouldn't be as poor as we are. We wouldn't be in as bad shape as we are financially. Everybody would have been taken care of because I don't have children. I don't have a lot of greed. I don't have a lot of wants. I have a few needs that I need to take care of. That's it. I'm not a greedy person. It kills me to my core that I didn't get the opportunities that these young fuckers have, and that I didn't get the chance to get opportunities or pursue the things I wanted to do because people couldn't keep their legs closed and started having babies at exponentiated rates. And instead of making the Pookies and Ray Rays of the world that they had these babies with do their fucking job, I had to do it. Not a thank you and not a I'm sorry. Just, we're going to fuck you out your life every chance we get. And they did that. But my nephews and them, man, they got opportunity on opportunity after opportunity. and they won't take the opportunity. One nephew's in college. He wants to play football. But he comes home every weekend where he should be out there busting his ass playing football. Another nephew had the same opportunity. And he told me to pretty much go fuck myself. I'm going to smoke weed and fuck bitches. And now he has a child. All I need is one. All I need is one. Because I just really want to make one good movie. Just one. I don't have to be the star. Wouldn't hurt if I am. But I just want to make one good movie. Just one good movie, man. It doesn't have to be a kung fu movie, although I would prefer it. It doesn't have to be a science fiction movie, but I would like it. It doesn't have to be a horror movie, but it has to be something that I know I'm going to enjoy, that I'm going to pay to go watch my ass sit at that screen while I'm on the screen, delivering cool-ass lines. If I have any lines at all, I want that. In part one, I said that if Marvel called and offered me the job of playing 7 natives, I think I said 7, but I'm saying 7 now. Let's say they decided, you want to be a bad guy, you get to be Puma, and Tom Holland signed on for another Spider-Man, so we're going to get your ass in the development team, and you're going to be Tyrone Fireheart. Excuse me, not Tyrone. Thomas Fireheart. You're going to be the big bad, and you're going to go hands down with Spider-Man Tom Holland. I would jump on that, even though I don't want to be Puma, who's a bad part of person, but he's a Native American who has his own business. I forgot the company name, but I would take that opportunity because I would never get another chance. But let's say Marvel did me a solid and said, we're going to let you play Red Wolf, and I'll go, well, which one am I playing? And they'll go, all 3. You're going to make 3 Red Wolf movies. You're going to be the first Red Wolf at the dawn of the Wild West. You're going to be the second Red Wolf at the turn of the century. And you're going to be the third Red Wolf in the modern day. But at the end of the modern day, you're going to be an old man passing the mantle down to your son, Red Wolf 4. And then they can make a Red Wolf 4 with a brand new native guy to come in as I pass him the mantle and the puppy. And it would be fucking great. But if I really got the opportunity to play one of the following 2 Native Americans, granted, everybody I play is over 6 feet, so they're going to have to retcon the story so that I'm 5'3", because I'm only 5'3 and a half. But the 2 Native Americans that I would love to play more than anybody else would be American Eagle and Jesse Blackcrow. The American Eagle, he has a pretty good story. Him, his brother, they get into some shit, and then his brother is MIA, or he actually explodes with the contraction thanks to Ulysses' claw, and American Eagle somehow survives, and his magical powers or something, I forgot how it all begins, but anyway, he gets magic powers, and his powers are not mutants or anything like that, but he's a badass. He also at one time became an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., if my memory is not correct, unless it was retcon, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I love the American Eagle. I would have loved to have been Wyatt Wingfoot, but She-Hulk is over, and they dated. I would have killed to have been American Eagle and Wyatt Wingfoot. But with Jesse Blackcrow and the right director, the guy that directed Legion, I could do that. So the base story of Jesse Blackcrow is he fell from a scaffolding and he broke his back. But the damage was so severe that he became paraplegic. Now Jesse's in bed most of the time, and he's dreaming. And in his dreams, he's dreaming he's a superhero. In actuality, his ancestor, Blackcrow, has possessed Jesse Blackcrow's body and is literally doing things that Jesse believes he's dreaming. So yeah, All I need is one. And if I ever got the opportunity to play any of those guys, and even Captain Kickapoo, but with Captain Kickapoo, whoever's Captain America would have to save me, and then I become Captain Kickapoo to honor the fact that this man saved my life. Chris Evans, let's make it happen. I'll be Captain Kickapoo. Now, for the record, I am part native, I am part black, I am part white. I am not a full-blooded native, and the first thing I'm going to say, if Disney brings all of this shit to fruition, is that whatever native you choose for me to play, we are to spend at least 3 days at that reservation. They are going to bless me. We are going to do a blessing ceremony so that I don't fuck this up. And that's not negotiable. Alright? Anyway, that being said, I am Ecko Pt2. I hope I taught you guys something tonight. I really need you to understand something. As an actor who has failed for 30 years, I need y'all to understand. If you have the means, if you have people that's backing you, if you have people who are invested in you, who are going to put their life on the line to open up doors that you can't, you need to take that door and run through that sumbitch with everything you got. Don't just knock it down. Break it down. And after you break it down, the sky's the limits. The sky is literally the limits. But you gotta want it. And you gotta get rid of your fear of success. And you have to fight for it. Every day. I failed in acting for the last 30 years. I'm 52. Started in my mid-20s. Maybe early 20s. But I never gave up. I made some YouTube flops. All of them. But I own my shit. And I want to make more movies. I want to make more videos. I want to do the things that make me happy. Regardless of how big a check gets. I don't want to scrub toilets for the rest of my life. I want to have the beautiful wife, the beautiful home. I want to have all the gold and all the glory. Can't do it without y'all. Because without fans, the actors have nothing. And that's the one thing that I've always held dear. Which is why when I make these videos, you will never have me asking you for money on these YouTubes. And it's also why I always thank you and apologize and say things to y'all. Because here's the thing. If I get signed, hit the brakes. When I get signed to whoever signs me, they're not going to allow me to have control of my channels anymore. And I know that as a clean example, Mandy Rose. Alright? That being said, take the steps necessary to make your career and your dreams come true. Don't give up. Don't stop. Keep fighting. And maybe I'll be 60 before my damn door finally opens. But I am with 99. And if you guys need to find me there, it's under Ecko Pt2 at 99.com. It's spelled ECKOFANGGREYWOLF. Alright? I am ready to work. When you are ready to hire, I am ready to work. And if you can't find me there, you can always find me here on Kung Fu Habit number 2. You can always find me on Facebook or Instagram under my government name of James Williams Jr. But I am going to make a Instagram with Ecko Pt2 on it. And that's going to be like my whole business page. And I'll see what I can do about getting all of my martial arts and stuff over on that page. Outside of that, this is also the same name as I have on my TikTok account as an Ecko Pt2. It's my second account because, I didn't get a say in the matter. My first account has been under review for like almost 3 weeks. So I don't know if I'm going to get that account back. But I want to thank you guys, man. And again, if you have the opportunity to open any doors, or if you got people invested in you and they're telling you they're going to give you everything you need, everything you want, and you got to do this right now, then you do it right now. Thank you for watching. I'm Ecko Pt2. This is Kung Fu Habit number 2. Be seeing you.